I think we need to understand as a community where different worlds that we've inhabited as a community are coming together. And I was struck by it on Tuesday night at the church meeting, and I talked a little bit about it then. I just want to open it up a little bit further this morning. So we all agree that Lunch Club is a brilliant ministry in this church. If you don't agree, that's just because you haven't been there, because you're busy during the working day. Because for anyone who inhabits an hour and a half, 2 hours down here on a Thursday at lunch, will see that what's facilitated is what makes us human, a place of welcome, fellowship, Christians would call it, a place of camaraderie, a place of friendship where people that have journeyed perhaps for many years meet up. People perhaps who are relatively new friends meet up, all who have a sense of being more isolated than most of us because they're losing their independence, more lonely than most of us, again, because they're losing their independence, or perhaps more lonely than most of us because people that they've journeyed with through their lives have already died. So when you get to Lunch Club, you go, this is just fantastic. There's no way on earth that we should stop a ministry like this. In fact, we should fan it into flame. And why don't we do it 5, 6, 7 days a week? But the reality is that we can't. And the reality is we can't because society has completely changed. Lunch Club has operated for probably 40 plus years in this church. And it has been blessed by the service of primarily or overwhelmingly 2 groups of people. Those that are at home during the day, i.e. they don't have paid employment during the day, and usually that's because there's another person in the house who is earning the money, releasing the others to do different things. That's how we've relied on volunteer service in our community. That doesn't happen anymore. Almost everybody in our community of adult working age has got a job or seeking a job in order to be economically viable. The second way that we've benefited is that people have been blessed with the opportunity to retire early. Pensions have been good. People have been able to take early options. A quick look at the Baptist pension will indicate that I won't be doing that, and most of you won't be doing that. You'll be working until you're 111 and can barely stand up straight, and you'll have people pushing you into work to get the job done. So those days of us having lots of free time when we're fit and active is also diminishing, and those of you who find yourselves in that situation are now looking after your grandchildren so that both your children and partners and spouses and goodness knows what else can go out to work. That's the world we live in, yeah? No. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Does that make sense? So, when we make an appeal like we do this morning, we recognize it's really difficult because it's not like everyone's sitting at home twiddling their thumbs. We need a different model. Pause for a moment. In recent years, I'm going to move a little bit. It'd be good if I'd started over there. So that's that scenario, okay? In recent years, we've been talking about the way God's calling us to build community through extended families. Anyone heard that? Someone's mentioned it once or twice. And we go, why this? Why? Well, one of the reasons why is because we're rediscovering, I believe, something that we've lost that's been there in the Scriptures, that our commitment to the nuclear family has caused us to be blind to. And so we've been talking a lot about extended family, about building a level of family that extends beyond the nucleus family. And I dream of a day when all of us feel like we're living and serving and being nurtured in extended families. And then I dream of a day when all of the people who are blessed by Lunch Club would find themselves in extended families where they met more than once a week in homes and relationships to be nurtured and loved, where they share both the blessing of people who are their peers and the joy of being part of things that are intergenerational. That's a different model that is sustainable in our new age. I don't mean new age, capital N, capital A. Don't send me a load of emails about why you've gone new age. In our new season, that is sustainable and helps us, I think, understand where these two kind of different tensions and worlds need to come together. Because however busy you are in your world, you all find time to eat. And however busy we are, we all find time to gather for that purpose. And if we were to build relationships that embraced across the generations in that extended family, we would do even more, maybe, to combat loneliness, isolation, a lack of intergenerational connectedness and discipleship. Food for thought. Wouldn't it be brilliant if in 10 years' time we were a church where everyone knew they belonged? And I mean everyone. Is that worth fighting for? Is that worth living for? That's worth altering your family rhythm for. Some of you all know the journey that Kerry and I have been on over these last few years of really altering our family rhythm to embrace what it might mean to live differently. This is a prize that all of us can embrace. And the benefits far, far outweigh the struggles and the challenges.